Welcome back to the Rice and Slice Golf Show podcast. My name is Theo. Gentlemen, by the side of me, as always, Chenji, episode 73, Monday after the Masters 2024, the 88th Masters. What an absolute weekend of golf. I've done nothing but watch golf. I have a feeling that Chenji did everything but watch golf, but we'll get into that in a sec. How, out of 1 to 10, before we get into anything, out of 1 to 10, 10 being I've watched everything, to 1 being I've not watched any golf, how much golf did you watch?
5.
Oh, wow. That's a lot more than I thought.
Mate, okay, and I'll tell you later, but yes, I've actually watched a lot more than I thought I would.
Okay, what do you mean? What are you going to tell me later?
Well, not really later, but I guess, basically...
as in later on in the podcast, not later.
Like later in the podcast.
Oh, sorry,
exactly.
Okay.
No, but to be fair, we can say it now. So basically, I kind of screw up. Like, obviously, this is the biggest weekend in golf. One of the biggest, if not the biggest weekend of for golf, right?
Yeah, okay.
And so last weekend, our good friend George comes to London, right?
I saw that.
For some food. He's one of the biggest foodies out there.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the Masters, and I think we're talking about the Masters. And for some reason, it just slipped my mind there was this particular weekend. And many weekends ago, so many people put plans in my diary for this weekend, right? Yeah. So one of my best friends was visiting from New York, right? Stopping over here for the weekend. There was a sailing trip as well on Saturday morning. And there was just overall so many different things that was happening. And what George said is all right, I'm going to take care of you. And I know that I'm going to incriminate myself, but your TV has stopped working. And so he basically, he gave me one of his subscriptions, and so I could have it on my phone and watch the Masters. So literally,
Chenji, what are you doing to yourself, mate?
I was doing everything at the same time whilst watching the Masters this past weekend since Thursday. I was in restaurants watching the Masters. I was in a bar watching the Masters.
Okay.
I was out on a boat watching the Masters in the middle of the ocean.
Okay,
right?
Fair enough. Respect.
And I was again just kind of watching the Masters out of everywhere.
Yeah. Okay, fair. Listen, by what I saw from your stories over the weekend, in my mind, you've done everything but watch the Masters, which is, it is what it is, whatever. Obviously, you've been busy running around like a headless chicken doing other bits,
and
which is
played all day of golf on Friday.
I saw that as well.
The Masters as well.
I saw that as well.
Now that I'm fun employed, right?
That's
or
it.
freely employed. I don't even know that, exactly.
Fun employed. That is the most Gen Z thing you could have possibly said. Fun employed.
Fun employed.
Christ.
But dude, remember one of our videos whilst in Cyprus, right? I think one of our first videos that went slightly viral with over 10,000, 20,000 views was that unemployed friend on a 2 p.m. on a Wednesday afternoon.
That's it.
You hitting the ball from the cliffs in Lefkada.
Oh my God, yes, that was so much fun. So much fun, dude.
That's literally me now, in real life.
Yeah, for now. I mean, he's not going to be like this forever. I don't think. No. I mean, listen. I'm not complaining because it's literally Monday, 15th of April, just after the day after the Masters. It's not even 1 p.m. and we're recording a podcast. If you're watching this, you can actually see natural daylight coming in from the window. This is not like us. Normally, we're 14, 15 hours early for this podcast to record the podcast. Look at that. Because normally, mate, we're recording a podcast at 11 o'clock at night. So fair play. I mean, I don't mind this new fun employment, Chenji. I'll take this. Because honestly, by the end of
next
today,
thing you know, yeah.
By the end of the day today, I will have the podcast ready, uploaded on YouTube and on other audio platforms, ready to go for Wednesday. That's incredible. Normally, I'm running late on Wednesday morning, trying to upload everything, make sure everything's okay, everything's scheduled. But now, mate, oh my God, if this is the new normal, I can get used to this, Chenji.
I mean, bro, what you're saying about by the end of today, I'll be knocking on your door, mate. Let's go play around a golf tomorrow.
I hope you do that. That'd be really cool. Dude, before we move on, you spoke very, very briefly about our friend George. Now, obviously, nobody knows George, but George is our mutual friend, is how me and you became friends is through this guy. I have a
to
funny.
be fair, he's the key to like this whole podcast.
I know.
Isn't it?
So
without
if we ever
him,
make
this wouldn't
it big,
happen.
I think we owe him something. I don't know what. Dude, I've been begging him to start playing golf and he doesn't listen. He has more time than you do right now. He's got a really good job. He makes really good money and he has a lot of time off. It's like, start playing golf. What are you doing with your life?
And he's young. He's groomable.
He's young and he genuinely like enjoys golf.
That was a bad choice of words. He is easily influenced.
Okay, stop. You're not making it.
Okay,
better.
Sorry. No, that's not better. It's he's trainable. As in, like, his swing. He's like not like an old geezer.
No. Yeah.
Shoulders are still okay.
Groomable was correct.
Groomable.
Golf, groomable for golf. Right. Anyway, moving on. He's like saying that he's like your age, or maybe a couple of years. No, he's like 26, 27.
He's like 25, 26.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, like he loves golf. He watches a lot of golf. And it's like, just stop playing golf, man. What are you doing? But I don't know. It is what it is. Anyway, what I was going to say about George, this is a really funny story. I don't know if this is... No, this is after we met. This is after we met. It was a couple of years ago at the Masters. It was a Saturday night. I was at work. Now, for whoever doesn't know, I have a fish and chip shop. But back then, I had 2 shops and I had like a grill. And I was doing like grilled like souvlaki and gyros and all that kind of stuff back then. So... It was Masters weekend. It was on a Saturday. And obviously I'm talking with George going backwards and forwards. Like, oh my God, like who you got money on, whatever. And George in his house, he had, I don't know now, he had like a massive projector that was like, he was like sending me pictures all day. Like, oh, you're at work and I'm like sitting at home having a drink and watching golf. And I'm like, I'm so jealous, man. Like, I wish I could be there watching the golf with you. And he goes, just come. Like, I can't come. I'm look, it's a really busy Saturday. I can't just leave the shop and come and watch golf. He was like, okay, yeah, whatever. So I come up with this brilliant plan. And until this day, my wife still doesn't know that this is what happened. It was Saturday night. It was busy. The queue was at the door. So I messaged George and I say, George, put an order through at my shop for a delivery. And he was like, what? He goes, just do it and I'll refund you the money later. Don't put like a big order. Just put like a medium 20, 30 pound order. But put it as a delivery, and I've got a plan. And he goes, oh, okay, cool. So he puts an order through, like a £20 delivery. I get it, and I'm like, and I pretend like there's no delivery people to take the order. So the order comes through, and I says to Christiane, I said, oh, yeah, we've got this order. Pretended like I don't know who the person was. I placed the order. Obviously, Christiane doesn't know who George Macbeth is. Shout out George Macbeth. So the order comes to him like, oh my God, I can't believe it. He put a £30 order through. I have to take the order. Like, I can't just refund £30. We've got a business to run. We need to think about this. Middle of the Saturday, queue at the door. And I'm like, I'll take this. I'll be 5 minutes. I'll go and come back. She's like, okay, fine. So I get the full order ready. I refund George. I get the full order ready. I get in the car and I go to George and I knock on his door. He's like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, I've got your food. You've got beers. Let's watch the golf together. I sat there and I watched like the entire rest of the round of golf on a Saturday night. And I said to Christiane, my excuse was, there's loads of traffic. I don't know. Massive car crash around Derby. All the roads are close. It would take me at least 2 hours to get back.
Mate, I love it.
So she ended up closing the shop. No idea. And I was like, I went back and I looked like I was fuming. I was like, the traffic, man, it took 2 hours. And, I went back in time to like close the shop and that. But yeah, I was like, that's it. But yeah, I sat there, had a couple of drinks with George. We ate the food. We shared the food, obviously, that I took. And yeah, we just watched a bunch of golf. It was wicked. So yeah, Mate. George, man. Shout out to George.
Shout out to George. Shout out. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Like, okay, for those of you listening out there, don't tell Christiane.
No. I mean, right now, she wouldn't care less. It was like 2-3 years ago. She wouldn't care less.
Oh man.
If I did told her like, oh, and to be fair, she probably wouldn't even remember the fact that I did that. So yeah.
Wait, this was 2021.
Yeah, it was around. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it was DJ's win or Scottie Scheffler's win. I feel like it was DJ's win.
Was November. DJ's win was November, right?
It might have been that.
Mm.
I don't remember that Masters being played in November. Was it for COVID, right?
Yeah, it was COVID. Yeah,
I don't remember.
Postponed it from April.
Oh shit! I don't actually remember that being played in November.
Okay, easy question for you. Can you name all the Masters winners since 2016?
I could give it. I'll try and work backwards. I could get to about 18, definitely.
Well, actually, I'll tell you what. Why don't we just go backwards and see however many people we can name?
Should we do one by one?
Let's do one by one, yeah.
Okay.
This year's.
Scottie Scheffler. Okay, fine.
Wait, did he win? I didn't even watch it.
Imagine if you were being serious, dude. Imagine. Okay, all right. Scottie Scheffler was this year.
John Rahm.
Then Scottie again.
Then it was Hideki.
It was Hideki. What year? Can we say? Can we name years?
21. Okay. 2021 Hideki.
Yeah, and then before that it was DJ.
Say the year and then the person.
Oh, sorry. 2020 Dustin Johnson.
2019 Tiger Woods.
2019 Tiger Woods. 2018 was it Patrick Reed? It was Patrick. Wait, I need to be getting the thing of it was Patrick Reed 2018.
Okay, I think it was Patrick Reed.
No, it was.
Yes. 2017 Sergio Garcia.
2016, I don't remember.
I know 2016.
Go on.
You know? Danny Willett.
Oh, of course it was. 2015.
2015. Oh gosh. I love this, but I hate this. 2015.
Come on.
1 second. Jordan Spieth.
Oh, 2014.
Bubba what? No.
I
That's
think
2012.
It might have been,
Bubba Watson.
It was
Is it Bubba Watson?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I'm so good.
How far?
But,
wait,
oh my
I
god.
swear to God, if you've got it right in front of you, I'm gonna.
No,
kick off.
seriously, I'm gonna pick up the camera and I can show you right now that there's nothing in there, mate.
Okay,
you can see from my watch reflection, there's nothing in there.
2013.
I know 2012 is Bubba Watson again, but 2013, who was it? Phil Mickelson.
No.
Ah.
Adam Scott.
Oh, of course it is. Yes, Adam Scott.
2011.
It's getting blurry now.
Yeah, it's very blurry. Charles Schwartzel. I didn't know that, by the way.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's a Masters winner, but definitely didn't know it was that. It was him that year.
But yeah, it was a fun little game. Dude, we should have played that bullshit game to see who could name the most Masters winners.
Oh my god!
Too late. Never mind. When the Open gets close, or PGA Championship and US Open, I promise you, I would fail. I'd be lucky if I named like 4.
But you'd be lucky if you knew all the courses in the last 5 years.
Oh, no chance. No chance. Zero. I'll give it a good go for the Open though. I could probably name a few courses.
I will say, I feel like for the next couple of majors, we need to absolutely have just bunch of trivias quizzes.
Yeah. You know what? We should have done that. That's silly of me to not think of. But yeah, I mean, it's easy for the Masters because there's so much goes on and it's all. What do you call it? It's all the tradition and all the things. Like for example. The Masters, they make around on average $70 million a week just from the merch tent. That's incredible. So that's a bit of trivia. Other bit of trivia, they spend $100 million on a driving range that is only used for the Masters. The members there are not allowed to use it. It's for the Masters, for the chip and putt competition, and the women's amateurs. Other than that, nobody else is allowed to use that range all year round. They keep all
not even members.
Not even members. No members. $100 million.
Why? How? Why?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know. They have their own little practice area and driving range, but this specific driving range, for some reason, it cost them $100 million, and it's only for Masters, chip and putt, and the ladies amateur. That's it. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Dude. And the best thing is, because obviously the Masters is always held at the same location every single year. Normally, when you go to PGA, US Open and the Open, the structures are movable structures. So it's massive gazebos, shall we say. But the Masters, it's all proper buildings. So the merch tent is it's a building. You know,
it's not a tent.
No, it's not a tent. It's what do you call it? The media area. Dude, they spent 70, 80, 90 million just on the state of the art media area for all the journalists. It looks incredible.
Well, mate, that's one day of merch sales.
Yeah, but still, it's a lot of money, man. I mean, fair play. They bought all the land all around. And obviously, they've got cottages.
At the parking lot, there's a guy who never sold his property there, isn't it? Did you see that?
I did not know that. Oh yes,
so
I did.
Obviously,
yeah. Oh
yes.
Did you see who owns that?
No.
It's one of the amateurs' granddad that played the other day.
No.
I swear to
You're
God.
joking.
Yeah. So there's a house near Magnolia Lane or Magnolia Drive, because both of them actually exist. There's Magnolia Drive and Magnolia Lane. And I think on Magnolia Drive is the famous one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then on Magnolia Lane, he's like on a different side of the golf course. There's a house just completely by itself. And he was an old couple that lived there. And they haven't sold to Augusta National, obviously. And they've just left them there.
The history was over the years, obviously, like, there's houses around, and then Augusta National, basically bought up everything, one by one to expand the course, to redesign the course, to do whatsoever, to basically own the whole piece of land, right? Okay, go on then.
Yeah. So that house is owned by one of the amateurs that played at the Masters' grandparents.
Wait, it's not the amateur who made the cut and got paired with Tiger Woods.
No, it's not. It's
Neil.
not. It's not.
Ah,
it's
okay.
not. It's a guy that didn't make it. I'm trying to find it now really quick. But anyway, it doesn't make a difference. But yeah, obviously the big fans of golf,
really cool.
They're not doing it out of spite or because they want more money. They got offered a handsome, I think they got offered like $2 million and they refused it. Because they were
easily, like every year goes up as well.
Apparently,
right?
like the granddad, what do you call it? The granddad like built the house from top to bottom, and it's like, I don't feel comfortable selling this, which is fair enough. It is what it is. And yeah, so they haven't sold, and the big fans of golf and all that kind of stuff, obviously, because of the grandson. But yeah, there's loads of like little trivia. Like, what else can I think of on top of my head? Oh, fairways. Did you know about the fairways that they're cut from green to tee?
They cut the fairways from green to tee.
Yeah. Do you know the reason?
Why?
Oh my God, Chenji, I'm so glad you don't know this. So, oh my God, I've got a story to tell you. I've heard,
my God.
So I knew the basics, the very, very basics of this, why they do this. And then I heard the Rick Shields podcast with Bernard Langer the other day, and they kind of got into this a little bit. And Bernard Langer actually told the story of the exact moment of when they decided to cut the greens, to cut the fairways this way. So the main bit of the story is that Augusta National cut the fairways all in one direction, going from green to tee. That way, when the grass grows, it actually grows into the players playing into the hole. So that means that it plays harder. So it's harder to hit chip shots because you're playing the grain
against
is always you're always playing into the grain, and it rolls less, and the ball doesn't travel as far. But before, literally 20 years ago, the reason for this is 20 years ago, they were doing a champions dinner, and Bernard Langer was obviously at the champions dinner, and they were all sitting around just before they started to eat, and the chairman got up, said a few words, and he says every single year the chairman gets up, whoever that chairman is in that year, and he says a few words about the golf course, and he goes, oh yeah, we've changed this on this green, we've done this on this tee box, we've done this on this. So they just kind of talk about all the new things that are happening on this year's Masters. And at the end, he always says, if there's any suggestions, we always welcome them. Nobody ever pipes up. This year, 20 years ago, the chairman goes, any suggestions, we always welcome them. Straight away, Arnold Palmer, he gets up and he goes, I have a suggestion. He goes, back 20 years ago, what they used to do is they used to mow when they were mowing the fairways, it was one line going into the green and then coming back. So it was one stretch of land, shall we say, like a 10-yard or 10-foot stretch going with the grain growing towards the green, and then 10-foot stretch of the grain growing away from the green. So he's like, so why shall I be punished when I hit a perfect drive or me and you are playing together, I hit a perfect drive, you hit a perfect drive, your ball is on the green, it's on the piece of fairway where the grain is helping you, and I'm on the fairway where the grain is against me and it's not helping me. So why should I be penalized when I've hit a perfect drive? Why don't you mow the fairways the exact same way? That way everybody, is is playing on the same level. Because it's not fair, because that's just complete luck. Why should I worry about if I'm into the grain or I get against the grain? Just make it fair for everybody. Not even and obviously everybody was listening. He goes, oh yeah, this is actually quite interesting. Not even like the next Masters, like 19 years ago. Dude, the next morning, they get up in the morning after the champions dinner. They all go towards like the fairways to kind of have a practice round or whatever. Every single fairway was mowed into the grey, like against from green to tee, just because of what Arnold Palmer said. And ever since then, they've kept it going.
Wow.
And obviously the reason why they do that, and it was Arnold Palmer's idea, he goes, rather than doing it so that the grass helps us, do it so we play hitting into the grain. That way the course doesn't play, or the course plays longer. It's harder to hit shots. It's more interesting for people to watch, and the ball doesn't roll out as much. And the chairman was like, why didn't we think of this? So that since then, that's what they've been doing. So
he's Arnold Palmer is the guy that puts up his hand in class.
It's not going to be like Patrick Reed, is it? It's not going to be. Or it's going to be that one guy that just like the alpha in the male, shall we say? You know what I mean? Like Arnold Palmer is the guy. When he talks, everybody listens, right? But it's just
sure. But
I
think
interesting things about Augusta, man. So many,
interesting legacy from like Arnold Palmer, I guess.
Dude, it's non-stop. It's everything. It's from drinks to golf courses, to golf career, to family, to everything, man. The guy's done it all. He's like, obviously up there. He might have done more for golf than Tiger Woods, maybe. I don't even know. Like, there's no drink called the Tiger, is it? Like, Arnold Palmer drink is named after him, right?
I'm sure there's like a wife beater jersey.
All right.
That's named.
Anyway.
I'm just kidding. Anyway.
Plenty more facts to talk about Augusta, obviously. Like another really cool fact that they actually implemented a little bit at JCB. Under every single fairway at Augusta, there's like heaters. So whenever it rains, they can turn these heaters on and it dries out the grass. This is like the most expensive thing that you can do on a golf course. They started it at Augusta and they've done it all around the paths. So when people walk, you don't slip over if it rains or whatever. And then from paths, they've done it on tee boxes. And now, if I'm not mistaken, from tee boxes, they've moved it to greens. And then from greens, they've moved it to the whole golf course. I could be wrong about fairways, but I'm 100% sure about greens and tee boxes. At JCB, they've done it on a couple of greens and on a couple of walkways. They have the same heating system underneath the ground, which is so cool, man. But Augusta is like, it's incredible, man. Like you never get sick of watching the golf course. Last night, obviously Championship Sunday, Stel came round my house and surprised me. I said we can like watch like the final 9 holes together. And he surprised me like at 10 o'clock at night or whatever. I'm like, what are you doing here? Anyway, dude, we were watching the golf and he's talking and he's like, oh, I hope he doesn't he doesn't hit it in this bunker and hits it in this bunker because this bunker is a lot more difficult. And he's like, oh no. And I'm like, what? And he goes, yeah. And then he's like watching and like a ball might roll it on the middle of the green. You go, oh yeah, he's gonna have to like hook that so much to get it on the green. Dude, he was talking. And I'm like, dude, you genuinely know like the golf course inside and out. He goes, I've been watching the Masters religiously, like every single shot for the past like 10 years. And I'm like, fair play, man. Like there wasn't a single shot being taken that he didn't know exactly where it was in the.
You're joking.
Honestly, mate, it was very, very, very impressive. Fair play to him.
Wow.
I hope in like 7 years I could be like that, because there's a lot of places in the golf course that I don't really know, obviously. But watching the Massacres is in the same place every single year. It's almost like, oh, of course, I know Amen Corner. I know why it's called the Amen Corner. I know why this. I'm like, fair play, man. I don't know. I know bits, but I don't know that much. But yeah, fair play.
Amazing.
What do you think of the Masters?
Well, you want some money. That's all I can say.
New wedges, baby. New SM10s incoming. So, for whoever doesn't know, last week's episode, I said that I have a record of losing bets, football bets, golf bets, whatever. And so what I've done is, on purpose, I have put £100 on Scottie Scheffler to win the Masters outright, not even each way, outright, in hope that he loses, that I lose my bet and he loses and somebody else wins, because he was just playing too good of golf. And yeah, that didn't happen. I won my bet. I won like £525, which is exactly...
You won your bet, but at what cost?
I won exactly enough money for 3 brand new SM10s. And then I have enough money left over for a breakfast and an orange juice at my local golf course. So perfect. It worked out good for me, obviously. But to be fair, I'm not going to lie to you. I have gained a lot of respect for Scottie Scheffler over the past 4 days. I've watched a lot of golf over the past. I've watched, dude, a lot of golf over the past, like non-stop golf. From the second,
Like,
from the morning to
same,
night.
Same question, 0 to 10.
9.5, 9.9.
Okay.
Honestly,
You missed like, yeah.
I don't. Yeah. The only time that I wasn't watching the golf, it was like Friday when I was really busy at work for like 2 hours. But the golf was on. Like I took my laptop with me and I had it next to me.
Yeah, yeah.
So the golf was on. So I wasn't fully focused on the golf. But Thursday morning all day, Friday, Saturday, and obviously Sunday all day, I was watching the golf, dude, non-stop. Scottie Scheffler is an absolute baller. Oh my God, he is just too good at golf. Unbelievable. He doesn't even seem phased. He doesn't even seem nervous. He doesn't seem, I don't know, man. He just seems like he's so good at hitting golf shots perfectly straight. I don't know. He's a boring golfer, but my God, is it good at golf, man. He's so good.
You know, like at one point on Saturday, right? Like, you know, he made a double bogey and a bogey, which was his like first sort of bogey in a row all year, right? I was actually kind of thinking, oh my God,
this is
finally happening.
Yeah,
like this is it. It's finally
happening.
The
downfall has begun.
The downfall has begun.
Bogey.
After what? No, after like one double bogey, right? And then another bogey, and then he misses the green on 12th, right? Like the short par 3. But I think everybody missed the green that day.
Dude, Saturday was such a hard day for golf, man. Everybody was struggling. Everybody was struggling.
And you know, like for him, and his chip, like, you know, was kind of like, you know, wasn't that great of a chip, so left him like, you know, quite a long distance for like to make his par putt. I was like, oh my gosh, imagine double bogey, and another bogey for Scottie Scheffler. But of course, he drains the putt, which was like maybe from like 8 foot.
Dude,
of course, as one does.
He could be 12 feet away and you just know he's going to make it. It's like, how good can you be? Like, miss something. Or even when he misses, it's literally like a lip out. It's never, I don't know, it's never a cup out. It's always there, man. And I'm like, you're just so good at golf.
When he makes a mistake, he always makes up for it, right?
100%.
And again, he still hasn't shot around over par.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Do you know what it is, right? Not only does he make up for it, he doesn't play more aggressive to make up for the bogey that he just had. He just plays his normal golf and then he just makes a putt. You know, do you know what I mean? Like, if it's not a birdie, it's going to be like an easy tap-in par. And it's like, how good do you have to be? Like, for somebody like Bryson, for example, Bryson was up there, right? For Bryson to like really be up there on Sunday, he had to attack pins. Where Scottie, even if he was a couple behind, he didn't have to attack pins. He would just play the long game of waiting for somebody else to make a mistake. Where Bryson or Max Homa or Tommy Tommy played really good golf yesterday. But I'm saying, like, even Aberg, like, mate, Aberg, what an absolute guy.
Wait, you placed a bet on him as well, didn't you?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Okay.
And I did that on purpose. Bryson and Aberg, I didn't place any bets on because if I did, they probably would have missed a cut with my betting theory. So I'm like, I'm not going to jinx
that theory's gone though. Now that theory's gone. Like, you've lost your track record, mate. Like, again, you've won, but at what cost?
Yes,
you've won the bet, but you've lost the war, mate.
I agree. You're right. But yeah, Aberg, dude, like, he's his first major. No, wait. He's not even been a pro for a year. He's won like 3 times. It's his first major, and it happens to be the Masters, and he's playing incredible golf for all 4 days.
Chasing Scottie
Scheffler going into Sunday. Are you crazy? Do you know what it means for like a first timer that's never played Masters before to even be in top 10, let alone be second, third, or like being in with a chance of winning the green jacket? The guy is unbelievable. And the best bit about Ludwig, in my opinion, is the fact that, dude, he looks like he's been a professional golfer for like 10, 20 years. He looks so mature playing. He doesn't seem nervous. He just plays like he just seems so calm and collected. Mate, the guy is unbelievable, man. I don't think he will flop, honestly. I don't think he'll go downhill anytime soon. He's just so levels ahead of anybody else, and he's so mature while playing golf. He's unreal, man. I'm so proud of him, the kid. Obviously, I'm talking like I know the guy. I don't know him, but his golf is just unreal, man. I love the guy. He's unbelievable. He's the future of golf. I'm telling you, I've been saying it since I've seen him for the first time. Kid's unbelievable.
Well, unreal. He did mess up your bet the other day, though.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's fine. Yeah, I put him to win. He came second. It is what it is. I'll take second. I'm sure he'll take second. But, it's... Yeah. But it's just one of those things, man. But happy days. I'm so happy for him, man.
Yeah. I mean, what else surprised you about the Masters? Did it surprise you at all?
I couldn't really say surprised, but what I was happy about is that Sunday morning, like, there was 8 players that could have easily won. If Scottie had a bad round, you know what I mean? Like, if they played really good golf and Scottie played average golf, they could have been up there. But obviously nerves going into Masters Sunday is just, it's different class. What surprised me? That's a good question.
I felt gutted for Tommy Fleetwood, actually. Like, he was hitting greens.
I don't feel bad for him. I feel like he played incredible golf and he deserves to get 3rd place.
Yes.
Nobody would ever say...
obviously, like, yes, I'm not feeling bad for him, but if only he putted better. He was making the greens when nobody else could, would be making true. Making the greens in regulation.
Yeah,
All he needed to do was to make the putts, but he didn't.
Yeah. Obviously, I love Tommy. I would say I was a bit surprised that he was definitely up there. But then again, on Sunday, he started like 8th or 9th and he finished 3rd. Brilliant. He had a great Sunday. Did you see what happened with the caddy?
What happened?
Oh, wicked. I'm so glad you don't know this. So Tommy Fleetwood's long time caddy, Finno, he's like from Liverpool, proper geezer.
Proper guy. Geezer.
Yeah, he's been like not feeling very well. So there's something health-wise wrong with him. I'm not sure what. Hopefully he gets better soon. But he was trying to get to the Masters and he was like, I just don't feel good at all. I can't make the Masters. So for the first time in a very, very long time, Tommy Fleetwood played the Masters without his original caddy. So who did he put in his bag?
A local
caddy and Tommy said that, and he's not even like, oh yeah, he just got a local caddy, cool. He probably picked the best one. Well, he could be the best one, I don't know. But this caddy that he put on the bag, he met him the first time that Tommy Fleetwood went to the Masters. And they kind of had a few practice rounds together. They kind of had some food together and that kind of stuff. And then he was like, oh, Fino can't play. Do you want to, get on the bag for me? So it's not exactly like going to the chairman saying, guys, who's the best caddy in all of Augusta? I want him. No, he wasn't. He was just this random caddy at Augusta. That caddy's at Augusta National, and he just happens to get on with Tommy, and he goes, I need you this week. Can you do it? And the caddy ended up earning like 80 grand this week.
Well, easily. I mean, first place earns 3.6 million. Second place earned like 2 million. I think third place, which there were a couple of ties, is like £1 million, and the caddy got 10% of that.
It was just under Fleetwood made just under 900 grand, and they're saying that on average
10%.
It's 8 to 10%, but still, it's like 80, 90 grand. It's not bad, is it?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, happy days. But yeah, so that's another little cool story over the weekend. What else? McIlroy being McIlroy. Fair enough. That's not news. Victor Hovland playing absolute honking golf. Who else? Who missed the cut? That shouldn't have missed the cut.
Oh man, Victor Hovland. Did you see his last putt? It was like so bad.
It was a tough watch. Justin Thomas seriously missed the cut. Obviously, Sergio Garcia. People were saying that he was going to play good. He missed the cut. Justin Rose. Okay, fair enough. Who else? Oh, Fred Couples missed a cut. Dustin Johnson missed a cut. Yeah.
Wait, we gotta go back to. We gotta actually no. Remember we made the little points thing. Last time.
So I have it here ready for you. No. Sit back. Okay.
And
relax. Right. Let me take care of this. So last week we played a game.
Is that what you say all the time?
Yes, that's what I say. But let me. Yeah. So last week, me and Chenji played a game where we basically had to guess who was going to, we had to say 4 players, who was going to finish first, and then who was going to finish after him or below him, and then who would finish, and then, mate, I'm actually botching this. I'm explaining this in such a bad way. Best way for me to explain what we had. So let's say I picked Brooks Koepka to finish first. Not finish first, but to be first out of my 4 players. And then this person that I picked second, which was Tommy Fleetwood, he had to finish below Brooks. So it doesn't matter whether Brooks finished first or 10th. As long as Tommy Fleetwood finished below Brooks Koepka, then I win, right? So first, I picked Brooks Koepka. Second, I picked Tommy Fleetwood. Third, I picked Matt Fitzpatrick to finish below Tommy Fleetwood. And fourth, I picked Nick Dunlap to finish below Matt Fitzpatrick.
Watched it.
Yeah, I failed. Brooks Koepka shot 9 over and he finished 45th. Obviously, Tommy he finished four under and he finished third. Matt Fitzpatrick came 22nd with 4 over, and Nick Dunlap got cut. So basically, I just had a really bad first pick. But second pick and third pick and fourth pick, very good. Then we move on to Chenji. Chenji.
Smash it. Smash. I don't know, mate. if we put some money on this.
Chenji picked Scottie Scheffler to finish first from the 4 guys that he picked. Then he picked Min Woo Lee to finish below Scottie Scheffler.
Which he did.
He finished 22nd. Then he picked Jake Knapp, which he finished 55th. And then he picked Tiger Woods that finished 60th. Chenji actually went and won it. That is fair play, man. That is fair play. And not only did you win it, you actually won it like quite comfortably. Like, apart from Jake Knapp finishing 55th and Tiger Woods finishing 60th, which that's where you could have easily messed up, where Jake Knapp could have easily like missed the cut. But he made the cut and finished 55th, only 5 places above Tiger Woods. So Chenji, well done. Your prize is coming your way soon. Don't know what it is, but we'll figure it out.
Kiss and a cuddle.
Say that again.
Kiss and a cuddle.
Oh yeah, I can do that. No problem, mate. That's an easy fix.
What, you told me to sit down and relax?
Yeah. No, that's all you're getting though, a kiss and a cuddle. You seen about Scottie Scheffler and his wife being pregnant?
Yeah, I saw that. Like, I saw people joking. Like, the only way he was not going to win the Masters was that, if he had to go,
if his wife was going to give birth,
wife is like imminently. Yeah,
that's crazy, dude. Part of me was hoping in the morning that, like, while he's like training, the best story would be he tees off on the first, he does 9 holes, he plays 9 holes, and he's like 6 over everybody. Like, he's like 6 shots gap between Scottie Scheffler being first and whoever was second. And then he gets like word from his caddy, like, hey, Meredith just got into labor. And he just stops everything. He's like, and just walks off the golf course.
But mate, okay, like, this is the thing, right? If you were Meredith, right?
You know what? It's funny, right? I said this, what you're about to say, I said this to Christiana, my wife. She's told me exactly what you're about to say. So please carry on.
If this was day after day 1, day 2, and you've been leading, right? Yes, fine.
Cool.
Anything can happen in 2 days.
Yeah.
Master Sunday, you've got was it a 2-shot lead? Yeah. Was it that he had? Or a 1-shot lead, right?
No, it was at least 2.
It was, 2-shot lead. And going into the front 9, his lead was extending. At one point, I think he was like leading by quite
like at least 3 or 4.
4.
Yeah.
I mean, surely, I don't know. But the thing is, like, I think he'll be angry that if she didn't tell him.
Basically,
right?
Yeah. So it's Chenji's trying to say, basically, if I was Meredith and I went into labor, I would make sure that Scottie Scheffler doesn't find out that I've gone into labor, because he's about to win his second major, second green jacket, which is obviously big. Obviously, it's not as big as having a baby, but Meredith being your wife, like Christiana says to me, I wouldn't be surprised if his wife didn't tell him and just let him finish and then goes, okay, here we go, we have a baby boy or whatever they're having. So it's one of those. But obviously, she hasn't gone into labor, so we don't need to speculate things.
Exactly.
But it would have been a great story if he just like walked off after 9 holes and be like...
No, but I think, to be honest with you, I would have said, like, he would have walked off, definitely, because he's a family man.
Yeah.
Christian man.
100%.
If I was in that position, I would do the same thing.
Anybody would. Because how bad...
I think anybody would.
Anybody would, because how bad would it look if you know that your wife's in labor and you're like, yeah, okay, she can wait a little bit longer. I have 9 more holes to play. Like, if that ever gets out, dude, that would ruin you. That would be such a bad look, innit? It just won't look good.
No, but think about it. Tiger would have done it. What do you think?
That's a great question,
Tiger during his prime. He's going into Sunday. He's wearing Sunday red.
I actually think
he's leading
you're
by
right.
4 shots.
I actually
He's leading by
think
4 shots. He's got 9 holes left to play. His girlfriend, wife, whoever, tells him,
cocktail waitress,
I'm going
whoever.
I'm cocktail.
I actually think
I'm
you're
going
right.
into labor.
Do you know what though? They would handle it differently. They wouldn't even mention that his wife is like ready to pop. Like she could literally pop any second. They will just ignore. They won't say anything like, yeah, she's due, but it's not for another 3-4 weeks or another 2-3 weeks. So we're okay. Even though she's due any second, Tiger would have said, yeah, she's not anywhere near due. Don't worry, like everything's cool.
So why is it that we always glorify the bad guys? I mean, we love Tiger Woods, right?
Yeah.
But like, when he wins, nobody complains. But when Scottie Scheffler wins, who's such a good guy, right?
Yeah.
Family man, right? We know like his reputation. We can feel that reputation, right? Whether one day he might ruin that, we don't know. But he's just an overall good guy.
I don't think he will.
But why don't we think that he's boring and we're kind of rooting against him? Even though
no, we're not rooting against him. We just
we
want to see a little bit of action.
You literally did. You placed £100 bet on him to like win.
All right,
in the hopes that he will lose.
All right, fair enough.
Okay, so
but I'm not praying for his
what I mean,
downfall. I'm not sitting
no,
on
I know.
But
I know.
Just be a little bit more
but
interested.
You know what I mean, though. No, but I know, but you know what I mean, though.
Yeah,
like,
no, I know.
But yes, Tiger is more interesting, but he's somewhat of a villain if you think about it.
He
right?
is.
Like,
No, you're right. You're right. And it's actually mad how much he's loved. But
and then on the other side, you've got Scottie Scheffler, like who plays just as good golf as Tiger in his prime. I don't know, maybe that's an over comparison, but right now he's just better than everybody else. Right?
Yeah.
And just because he's boring, and you're not the only person, right? Like that's what a lot of people say that. Like they just like oh, I mean, if only he was if only he doesn't have the personality of a cardboard box. If only he's less boring. If only
I completely agree. But when he was Tiger Woods, like watching Tiger and his demeanor, you could tell he had a few girlfriends like on the side. Do you know what I mean? Like when he was in his prime, you were like, yeah, he's definitely getting out there. Same with Michael Jordan. Like there's no way that you can see a person like Michael Jordan, the way he handles himself on the court and like in his private life, and when you see like interviews or whatever, there's no way anybody on earth is sitting there saying, yep, he's definitely faithful to his wife. Like, it's just not happening. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not happening. But when you see Scottie Scheffler and the way he talks, you're like, you cannot imagine him doing anything wrong.
No.
You can't
man loves
imagine
his wife, man fears his God,
That's it. It's just mad. But yeah, fair play. I mean, I've definitely grown as a fan of Scottie Scheffler this weekend. Because the guy, you can't root against him. It's almost impossible, man. The guy is just so good at golf. You can't.
You know what? I'm looking at my open flag on 150th Open, St Andrews, right? And I see his name on there.
Did he sign your flag?
Yeah, he did.
Did he sign my flag?
No, he didn't, because I caught him like whilst you guys were like slacking around, waiting at the practice area.
I followed
really good. Mate, I followed him. I followed him.
Fair play, man. Fair play.
I was shouting at him. He was like, "Sorry, man, I got to go to dinner with Meredith."
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Good family, man. No, seriously, that's what he said. I'm running really late. She's gonna kill me.
Oh my God, bless him.
I know.
Damn.
And then, but he did it. But like, he just scribbled through. It doesn't even look like his real one. But like, it doesn't matter. We got.
Okay. Shall we make a pact going forward?
Yes, go on.
Monday, the 15th of April at 1:30 p.m. We'll make a pact on behalf of the Rice and Slice podcast. We will never speak a bad word about Scottie Scheffler ever again. Is that fair?
Never promise things in the entertainment industry. Come on, we are here to entertain, mate.
I know, but I'm never gonna call him boring. I'm never gonna compare him to watching paint dry. We're never gonna compare him to cardboard box ever again. We're never going to call him bland. We're never going to call him vanilla. Can we agree to this?
I don't know, man. We're in the entertainment business. You can't make packs like this in the entertainment business.
Guys, I tried.
Mate.
I tried.
Mate. No, we can't. Come on, we can't do that.
All right, okay.
We can't do that.
All right, fine.
It's
fine.
like the same thing as like saying that we shall never say a bad word about we shall never say a good word about Tiger Woods ever again.
No, it's not the same. It's not the same.
Exactly.
It's not the same. You can't. It's not the same.
I will make. Well, it's not really a pact then, I guess. But I will say we will tone down on the hate. Well, I mean, to be fair, I've never hated.
No. We're not hating on the guy. We're just kind of just be a little bit. Oh, I don't know. Anyway.
Okay. Yes. I will. Okay. I will start rooting for him.
There we go. Okay. I can get behind that.
But I will still slag him off for his boring character.
Okay, I like that. At least we're honest, guys. Like, we can't just be getting on every, what's the word? We can't be sheep. We can't be following every single trend. Just because you're number one, it doesn't mean that we have to love you. We have to be, what's the word? We have to be authentic in a way. But yeah.
But like I would compare Scottie Scheffler to like almost like the Messi, right? Because Messi, I guess, is relatively boring, quite faithful to his wife, right?
Well, as far as we know.
As far as we know, right?
Yeah.
And isn't as dramatic as like people in other sports,
like Ronaldo,
right?
Like, for example,
like Cristiano Ronaldo.
That's interesting.
Like,
you're right. That's very interesting.
like Michael Jordan, for example.
But
like
no. Oh, like he's not like Michael Jordan.
He's not like Michael Jordan, exactly.
Yes.
He's not like Lewis Hamilton, even, right? When he was at his prime.
No. Lewis Hamilton can get very controversial, dude.
No, sorry, exactly. No, I didn't say like him, but I said like unlike.
Sorry, I'm with you.
Usually, like like people at the top of their sports game, athletes, right? They tend to have controversies. Let's just say
you're
that, right? You've got Formula One. You've got Lewis Hamilton. In basketball right now, I don't even know who's good these days, but
Michael Jordan still,
like
mate.
Well, Michael Jordan,
still
yes,
Michael
but like
Jordan.
current, like no, these days, right? But
it's the what's his name? That the Serbian guy, Djokic? No.
Yeah, Djokic.
Is it Djokic? He plays for Maverick. Is it Maverick? Mark Cuban's team.
Vucic.
Anyway, but yeah, he's that guy. He's meant to be good.
Yeah.
Steph Curry, he's good. Anyway, mate? This is a golf podcast.
Okay. No, but all these
we don't talk about football. We don't talk about Arsenal losing 2-0. We don't talk about Liverpool losing. We just focus on golf. We focus on golf.
Arsenal lost 2-0. I don't watch.
Yeah, we don't care that Arsenal lost 2-0 and they've just bottled it after Liverpool bottled it on the same day. We're not talking about that.
You're conveniently missing out on like Spurs losing.
Well,
as well.
Oh, mate, we're not going to talk about. We're definitely going to talk about Spurs losing 4-0 against Newcastle. We're definitely not going to talk about that. Anyway, speaking of sports, I've got a bit of slagging off to do. The coverage on Sky Sports on Sunday was absolute dog shit.
Oh my god. Okay.
But I have. Shall I say?
I
have a friend.
I'll say.
Wait.
Okay.
I have a friend, allegedly. I have a friend, it's not me, that might have access to American TV channels. And he was telling me, no, time out. I have a friend in America. My cousin that lives in New York, I was FaceTiming her when the Masters was on.
Living next to the next Ryder Cup,
yes. Right next to Bethpage
venue, Bethpage Black. Yeah, 10 minutes away.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me get this right. I don't want to make any mistakes. So I'm on the phone to my friend in America, and I'm like, oh my God, we're watching the golf over here on Sky Sports Golf, and they're doing nothing but talking. They're talking, and like Tiger Woods is playing, Rory's playing, all these players are playing, Bryson was playing. And it's like, show us the golf, guys, show us the golf. So I'm on the phone to my friend in America, and she's like, yeah, it's exactly the same over here. So I thought it was a Sky Sports Golf problem, but it wasn't. For some reason, the full coverage was just not being shown. Dude, the golf started at like 6 or whatever. They teed off at like 6:30. On Sky Sports Golf, the golf started, like proper golf started at like 7:15. It's like, why? He said, final day of the Masters, everybody's playing from 2 o'clock. And instead of us showing us golf shots, you're showing us the highlights from the previous days. You're not showing us today's highlights. And you're just talking and talking and talking. And the worst part is, Chenji, for some reason, they always have something to talk about. It's like, how?
Like this podcast.
Yeah, no, it's different, dude. Dude, they're standing there, and all they're talking about is like Nick Faldo. Oh my God, and I have to talk about Nick Faldo before the end of the podcast. Dude, everybody slags him off. Not many people like him. Dude, the guy is unbelievable. I don't know if you're watching golf and you're listening. Nick Faldo, because he's won the Masters, what is it, 4 times, 5 times, 3 times?
No, like not that many times.
No, I think it's
times?
3. I think it's
Yeah,
1991, 1996, and one more between that. Or 92. 92, 96, and 94, I think. Anyway, besides the point. Dude, the guy, he's not a commentator by trade. He's a professional golfer that obviously retired years ago. Dude, his commentating skills, I think, are unbelievable. Because
for sure, like
he knows that course inside and out. So when he gets in a bunker, wherever the ball lands, he doesn't need to see like a bird's eye view or whatever. And he's like, I've been there. I know what that shot is like. And he can give you the greatest insight on how difficult or how easy or, you know, all the information that you need for that next golf shot. And I'm like, fair play, man. Because they definitely picked the right guy to do that job. You know, you can't imagine Tiger Woods, for example, or Adam Scott sitting there and being like, oh, yeah, that's not a great spot. Nick Faldo, man, he's got it. He's so good at doing what he does. But by the time you watch him, dude, like half the day's gone. Why are you not showing golf from before? Don't you think? Didn't you notice the same thing?
Yeah, same thing, same exact thing, right? So it was like, you know, it's just so much fluff.
Yes.
But I would, again, as you said, right? I think it's a lot of it is Augusta National. Obviously, like, you know, they're tightly controlling what goes out into the broadcast, right? Like, it's the same way as in the limit certain kind of words, you know, calling it patrons rather than, you know, like visitors or whatsoever. You know, they do kind of like, I've heard, what do you even call that? What do you even call like cinema, like graph? What do you even call that? Script, sorry. They script the broadcast quite religiously.
That's fine. I've got no problem with that. But if Augusta is obviously putting out the broadcast, which is fair enough, why wouldn't you want to show the broadcast? Like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, dude, most of the broadcast for those 4 days is just people talking. Whether it's Dame Laura, I don't know her name.
Laura Davis.
Laura Davis, which we met in St. Andrews. Nick Faldo, Nick Doherty, Wayne Riley. It's just all of the Butch Harmon, which is fair. I love it. I love listening to their stories. I love listening to their insight. But that's good for Thursday, Friday, maybe Saturday. On Sunday, I don't want to listen to anything. Show me the golf. I want to see the golf, especially this year where it was so close, where there was like 8 people that could have won. And it was like, and I'm sitting around. I'm planning my day around golf. I'm legit, like my whole day, I was like, okay, Christiana, this is what's going to happen on Sunday. I'm playing golf in the morning. I'm coming in the afternoon. We're going to get some food. Afterwards, don't ask me for anything. Don't shout at me. Don't do nothing. I'm watching the golf. And to be fair to her, dude, do you have any idea how much golf I've watched with my wife over the past 4 days? Who can say that? On Thursday night, Christiana was, well, obviously because she's like 5 months pregnant, so she's at home a lot more. She's not working as much. On Thursday night, we're talking over text, and I said, because she wasn't feeling very well, I said, how you feeling? And she goes, yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better. And she goes, how are you? I'm like, yeah, it's a bit busy, but I says, I can't wait to come home and watch the golf. She goes, yeah, come home, have a shower, and we'll sit and watch the golf together. I'm like, what? And she goes, yeah, we can watch the golf together. Dude, she knows all the good players she knows. She knows who's good at putting. She knows who's bad at putting. She knows she's got like good at driving. I'm like, what is going on? And he's like, oh yeah.
Love it.
I sent a video in the group chat yesterday. You missed. He was like, okay, yeah, who you rooting for? Who's going to win? And she's like, so confident. She was like, Rory McIlroy, which is what she thinks Rory McIlroy's name is. She thinks Rory McIlroy's name is Rory McIlroy.
I love it. Rory McIlroy. Shout out to Christiana.
It's either going to be, so this is like the Sunday has started on the final.
What?
On the final
not
day.
Shane Guinness. Not Shane Guinness.
Yeah. So so I'm recording this final day. It's like 8:00 last night. I was like, oh, who's going to win? And I'm recording her and she goes, it's going to be either Rory McIlroy or Matt Fitzpatrick. And I'm like, oh my God, babe, you're so close. It's definitely going to be one of them two. Like, she doesn't obviously get fully, but she's showing interest, man. So fair play.
Absolutely, fair play.
So
man.
yeah,
Dude, respect to that. Find yourself a wife.
That's
like
it, man. Dude. Happy wife, happy life. And it's like, this is what I like. This is what she likes. And for some reason, she just wants to show interest. I'm like, because she knows what golf means to me, man. So she wants to show interest. She's like, okay, this is your life. I want to be part of it. You know, I want to.
Bless her.
It's nice, man. Like every time I come back from golf, she's like, oh, how did you play? I'm like, yeah, I played okay. He's like, oh, what went wrong today? Oh my God, I didn't tell you. Last thing before we finish the podcast. Played Saturday, played Sunday, honking golf, bag of shit, really bad golf. I got my first official eagle yesterday.
No way. Official eagle,
official.
Like in the comp. Nice.
Yeah, well, no, my first, I had an eagle before, but it was with a provisional ball, so technically that wasn't an eagle.
But wait a minute, you've never had an eagle before?
I've never made an eagle before, ever.
No way.
No. So, well,
no way.
Like I said, I made an eagle.
Yeah, of course, but that's not. That
doesn't count. It's got an asterisk, so obviously it doesn't count. But yesterday I made my first ever proper eagle, par 5, like 500 and whatever yards. I don't even know what yards on my local golf course. Hit a half decent drive, a little bit left in the rough, and left is not your friend. You're probably better off being right because it's a straightforward drive, but 20 yards or 30 yards before the green is a massive tree in the middle of the fairway. Yep. So you can either fade it or draw it. But if you hit your shot and it goes right-hand side of the fairway, then you got a clear shot into the green. I hit a half-decent drive. It goes left, but a rough. So I definitely have to, like, get over this tree. I was 172 yards out. I get a 7-iron, and I fade this 7-iron. And keep in mind, if this shot fails, like my miss, I have no miss. I have to get it on the green from where I was. If it didn't fade and it went straight, or if it went left, I'm dead. It's like out of bounds. So I'm 172 yards out. I get a 7-iron. I smoke this 7-iron. And to be honest with you, when I hit the 7-iron, I was like, number one, it's never going to get there. Number two, that felt horrible. It didn't feel like a good shot off the face, but it faded perfectly. It landed what it looked like 2 feet from the hole. Like I couldn't even see it. I just heard like Jack and Harry that started clapping, and they were like, "Oh my God, what a golf shot!" Like to get around that massive tree. And I get closer to the green, and I'm like, "Oh, it's 2 feet." It's like, "Oh my God, I got a tap-in eagle." And we get to the green, it's like 20 feet away, downhill, right to left. And I'm like, bloody hell, okay. We all know what my putting's like. Like, I'm averaging 3 putts right now. And then I'm like, okay, cool. So I just get up to try and, like, tap in a birdie. I didn't even think about the eagle. Dude, I tapped it. I read the green perfectly. Dude, middle of the cup. No, it was going nowhere else. Perfect speed, perfect weight.
Flag in, flag out.
Flag out, obviously, flag out. But, mate, I was like, happy days. So, yeah, happy I got my first eagle, so...
Virtual high five.
Right, anyway, on that note, thank you guys for listening. Please like and subscribe. Thank you very much for listening. We'll see you again this time next week. When's the next major? Quick.
PGA.
When? Yeah.
Oh, gosh. May.
Let's say May. Next major is in May. So, yeah, we'll take it from there. But, yeah, we'll see you again this time next week.
Let's see quickly what date it is. It is on... Oh, gosh. It's taking too long.
Championship 2024.
They should really make this like that. Oh, May 13 to May 19 in
That's it.
Valhalla Golf Club, Louisville, Kentucky.
Lovely. So, mate, it's only a few weeks away, actually. It's only like 4 weeks, exactly. 5 weeks. Brilliant.
Exactly, man.
There we go.
Dude, major season's on us.
Major season. It is officially golf season, guys.
Golf season.
I hope everybody knows their handicap. I hope you all enjoy your golf. I hope the weather gets a bit better because in the UK right now, their weather is just shocking. It's not good at all. But yeah, I hope we got.
I gotta tell. I'll tell you in the next podcast.
Oh, you can tell me now.
Had an amazing round. On Friday.
Did you?
New Zealand Golf Club.
Well, I saw that. I was like, I saw that on your story, and I was like, I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if it was actually in New Zealand right now. Genuinely.
Dude, I had a few people.
That's what I mean. So I had to click.
Are you in New Zealand right now? I had
to click on the link on the location to actually see where it was in the world, and obviously you were in like near London or something like that.
Yeah, but it's such a private members course, right? Like they're not even on my England Golf. So
no way.
They say like we play with our own like handicap rules. I mean they're part of the world handicap system, but we play like we're not affiliated to England Golf. We're like a members only club.
No way,
members,
that's a bit weird.
Owned or something. Yeah. Super like hard to get in, and like I mean Sherlock Holmes' creator was a member there. You can still see his locker room. That was kind of cool.
That's pretty cool, man. That's very cool.
Yeah, but dude, like, and look, and actually, the thing is, like, you look at all these, like, so it's in Surrey, and around that area, like Woking Golf Club, Wolpelston, You know, you've got New Zealand Golf Club, Sunningdale, Swinning Forest, all these places there. Like they've got 100-year-olds like pine trees.
That's
right?
crazy.
They look absolutely stunning. And in a way, these golf courses, they're in a similar sort of, you know, category as Augusta National, right? You know, yes, they might have not spent £100 million on like a practice facility, but just in terms of the looks, right? All the flowers, all the, you know, all the wildlife, all the, you know, the beautiful trees, the backdrop, right? It just felt like, oh man, this is beautiful, right?
Love it. But you played good golf. What did you shoot? What's good golf?
Well, not. I mean, I did break 90. It's a very difficult golf course, but it was all right. It was decent golf. But
That's it, man. That's it. Sometimes you know, just accept it's a hard golf course. I played decent. There's times where I played good golf, and I'm like, I don't feel like I played good golf. Like my drives weren't going where I wanted them to. But yeah, yes, I ended up okay, and I recovered well. But you just don't feel comfortable. And there's other days where you play really bad golf. And I'm like, you know what? I don't feel like I shot 90 today. I feel like I should have done better, but my putting might have let me down. But it was a good round, you know, overall. So, yeah, it's just
absolutely
fair play. Right, anyway, guys, thank you very much for listening. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you again this time next week. Take care. Bye.
Bye.